welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Suliat Abiola. Guys, please just ignore this. I don't have an explanation for this, but this is what we call Enna gone wrong, so please just ignore it. Welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, you be the real G. You guys are the best. I love you guys so much. Thank you for coming back again. Thank you so much. And if you are new here, if you are just watching me for the first time, you are just seeing this beautiful face for the first time, or you are just new to my channel, thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm begging you, please subscribe to my channel. Let's go. Please subscribe and like my videos. So today we have another episode on event tips. Yay. So today I'm going to be talking about questions you need to ask your wedding vendors. You know, for my last episode on event tips, I told you guys that each steps, if you've not seen it, please, I'm going to link it somewhere. Please just click on it and watch the video. In the last video, I said it that each steps have things that are involved in them. So today I'm going to be talking about questions you need to ask your wedding vendors, your caterer, your photographer, your coordinator, event planner, your DJ, your live band, your MC, your makeup artist, your hair vendor. Questions you need to ask them, I'm going to be giving you guys. So I think I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to try and divide it into two. So I'll talk about some vendors, maybe like the caterer, the makeup artist, the coordinator today. Then in the next upload or some other time, I'm going to complete or talk about the other vendors. So let's get into it. Knowing that the process of planning your wedding can be stressful, we all know that. And then since you probably might have not done anything like that before, or you've not been involved in wedding planning process, you might not know the questions to ask your vendors. So these questions that I'm going to tell you in this video is going to help you, it's going to ease your planning, and it's going to even perfectly fit into your budget. The first question you want to ask your wedding venue vendor, I'm just going to be saying your wedding venue. So the first question you need to ask your wedding venue is, first, is your date available? So when you go there and talk to them about the dates you've picked, so obviously the first question you want to ask them is the date available? And then if they say, if you have like date options, you'll be able to communicate the particular date that is available. And then just don't forget to inform your photographer and some other vendors too immediately of the dates you've picked. So the next question you should ask them is, how many guests or how many people will the venue accommodate, so that you'll be able to know if it's going to be suitable for your number of guests, or you have to change your location or change your venue. The rental fee, ask them. Obviously you want to know how much you're going to pay for the venue, so ask them for the fee. Ask them if there's going to be like an extra charges, maybe for cleaning, or if there's going to be any other service you have to pay for. You need to know now. And then ask them for the deposit, if the amount of money you are going to pay that is going to serve as deposit that you've actually booked the venue. So you want to know the amount you are going to pay, and you want to know the method of payments, the process of payments. It's going to be 60-40, 50-50, like 50 before the event and 50 after the event, or 60 or 40. And then you need to ask them of the last possible date for you to make changes. Let's say something comes up or anything, so if it's possible for you to make changes for, or change for another day or something, you need to know about that. And then ask them for their cancellation policy. Maybe it is that when you have to cancel, they are not going to give you the full payment. Maybe it's like 50% back, or 80%, or 70%. Ask them for their cancellation policy. Or if you can cancel at all, they are not going to be bothered about the cancellation. Just ask them about that. So another thing you need to ask them, if you have to use their vendors. Let's say, I think some venues have like vendors attached to them. So if you are allowed to bring in your own vendors, if you're allowed to bring in your own caterer and your decorator, or you have to use the ones they have in the venue you want to use. Let's say you are using like an hotel or something, or a beach or something. There are some venues that you can't bring something in, you have to use what they have in there. So you need to ask about that. So another question you need to ask them is the time that the venue will be open, the time that your vendors can come and do the setup. You know, if you want to do decoration, it has to be like a day or 2 days before the venue. So they can't just come the morning and start the decoration for the venue. So ask them when your vendors can come into the venue to do the setup. So another thing you need to know is the parking space. If the parking space is available for your guests, if there's going to be enough parking space, or you have to try and get your guests to park in some other places, so you have to make the provision available. So another thing you need to ask them is their decoration rules. Some venue might have rules concerning decorating their venue, so you need to ask them about that. If you are not sure of what your decoration is going to look like, then you can save that question for later. Just make sure you ask them for what the things you need to bring in. Just make sure you ask them about the things you need to bring in for decoration, if there are restrictions concerning decoration. Another thing you need to ask them is their contingency plan, the backup. If it is an outdoor venue, what is their weather condition backup? What if it rains that day? Do they have anything they can do for you? Do they have a backup plan for you? So you need to ask them that question also. Another thing you need to know is what time your guests have to leave the venue, what time they close the venue. There are some venues that they tell you by 6 p.m. you have to leave. Some venues will tell you 8 p.m. or so you have to leave. So you need to know what time your guests will leave the venue. So now to your caterer. The first question you need to ask your caterer is their average cost. Ask them for their average cost. You want to know if their cost is going to fit into your budget. That question you need to ask your caterer is how many weddings are they going to cater for your wedding. You know, some caterers, they may decide to collect deal or contract from like different people on a particular day. So you need to know if you are going to be the only one they are going to cater for, or they have to drop food at your venue and go to another venue. You need to also know when you are going to finalize your menu, like when you are going to decide on, okay, fine, we want to just have 5 menus, we want to have 6 menus. These are the things we want, type of food we want for our wedding, for your wedding. So you need to finalize or pick a date that you are going to finalize it. Also talk about the tasting process, how many people should come for the tasting of the food, when you are supposed to taste the food, or the different dishes you are supposed to taste. The time the caterer and the staff are going to arrive at the venue. You don't want your caterer to come late to your venue, so know the time they are going to be around, know the time they are going to be at the venue. And also ask about the dressing code for the staff, the caterer staff, those that are the servers. Ask for the dressing code. If you want them to put on a particular type of clothes, you need to talk to them about it. So now to the questions you need to ask your event planner or your coordinator. First, you need to ask them how many weddings they've ever planned or coordinated before, or the size of wedding they've ever planned or coordinated. Another thing you need to ask your event planner or coordinator is if he or she has a team to work with. So you need to know if it's going to be a one-man work or team work. Another thing you should ask is how many weddings do they plan or coordinate per month. So you know if they're going to be like fixed up in a month and they won't have your own time and they have to go. So ask if there's going to be some other weddings that they have to plan or coordinate that same month or within the same period. Ask for their preferred vendors. You know, some coordinators have the vendors they use. So if you are cool with the vendors they are going to bring, ask them so you'll be able to know if you need to change or you just go with their vendors. Ask if they are going to be around on the day. Obviously, that there is no doubt about that. They must and they should be around on that day. Since you need to ask a makeup artist or your hair vendor, first ask them if they will do trial on your face or on your hair, you know, so that they would know the type of products that will fit your face or that will fit your hair. So another thing is ask if they work on location, so they will not just do the makeup or hair for you at home, then when you have to change, there's nobody to just do the touch up for you. So ask if they work on location. You can try to show them your inspiration photos or your dress so they will know what to work with or the type of makeup or hair you want. And then ask for their price rates, their charge rates. Also know if you are going to pay for the trial. So you need to ask them, just in case of emergency, what if they are unable to make it on your day. So you need to know for their backup plan. So another thing you need to know is if you are going to be the only client for the day, or they have some other clients or commitments that day. Normally they will do the plans, they will plan appropriately, but you can still ask them to that, your makeup artist or your hair vendor. So I think I'm going to be ending this video now. So in my next event tip episode, I'm going to talk about questions you need to ask your photographer, your DJ, live band, and all other vendors. So if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Please like my video, comment down below, let me know what you think about this video, and subscribe if you've not subscribed. And I'll see you all in my next video.